So the first part is a little bit appreciating, and I'll do black on the insides of the road wheels. And then I start out by using a dark gray. I forgot my Tamiya thinner, but
So that's a light gray with black.
this is just the Tamiya gray primer.
Gray. Okay. And that's just regular black?
Yeah, just I use all Tamiya stuff, so it's just Tamiya paints.
Yeah. Black.
Yeah, just do Tamiya flat black. And I don't know, this is just neutral gray is what this one is.
Can I steal your seat, Jim?
Yeah.
Kiss your seat.
Video?
Yeah.
Tweezers.
Put it on the Facebook page? Oh dear.
No,
Pliers.
that's okay. I'll have Kevin fish it out.
Suck it out, Kevin.
Yeah. So this is the first
He's got tiny fingers.
Not that tiny.
base color.
Oh, TMI.
This is my go-to airbrush, the Tamiya Eclipse. So what you'll do is basically, once you appreciated everything, you'll have your panels in there, and then just start just
You
airbrushing.
don't do the basic camouflage underneath it. You do over.
Yeah. Am I not getting anything? Okay,
That's just the headlights.
there we go. Okay, so just do a cloud pattern in all the and if you want to let some of the pre-shading through, you don't have to worry about really being real accurate or anything on this.
This is just to tone down the pre-shading.
Yeah.
How much do you dilute the...
Uh, Generally, I use like 50-50, something like that. Basically just... it really depends on how much pressure you're using, what type of airbrush you have. If you have an airbrush with a real wide nozzle, like an old Pache or something, you don't have to thin it down as much.
Is it raining?
Jim, when you started that kit, did you paint the whole thing black?
No, this is the old Tamiya T34, dark green.
Okay.
And so what I did is I just gave it a quick coat of gray primers, just so you could see the pre-shading.
Would you do this over plastic with pre-shading? And then paint the white over that? So it'd just be plastic, pre-shade, paint?
Yeah, if it's a light color like some of the newer kits are tan or something like that. But with the winter scheme, you probably want to start out with a gray base or something like that. But see, I'm just kind of doing it inside the panels. And you don't have to worry about being super accurate with the initial ones. And it's okay if some of the, we'll do the road wheels. And I don't worry about, lately I've been doing the assembling all the tracks and everything all at once and then just painting them, because It makes it a lot quicker. Yeah.
Can you get behind the road wheels?
You don't see it once you get a wash on there and weathering. You don't even see it. You can see my T55 over there. I assembled it all with the tracks and everything. And once you know, it's got the rubber around. You know, don't even notice it. And this one too. It just so happens that I got that one at the kit auction. So I don't know whoever donated it. I thank you. You know, I got it for $5. So it's an old kit, but it was pretty nice. Okay, so we got basically is all we're doing is the cloud pattern first.
Would that be a cirrus cloud or?
Alto Sirius or something. Okay.
My club.
You can see I'm just kind of.
You do the bottom at all?
Yeah, you can do back there. Yeah, I not as much though, because obviously it didn't get. I don't know if they did paint. Did they whitewash the bottoms too?
No, I doubt it.
Why would anybody do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're bored.
Because the CO told them to.
That way when it
So you're leaving some of the appreciated children.
Yeah, yeah. I like to.
now they're still hitting. When it's,
Robert, are you gonna put
When
that
you
on the
roll it,
website?
you're still hitting.
Yeah.
You ever seen him drive a T-34? When you roll it,
There was no.
Okay, so now I'm just taking a lighter shade of gray. I usually do 3 or 4 different shades, all the way up to the last one will be the white.
You need to go back to Taco Bell pretty soon. You don't get more cups.
McDonald's, I always come away with a pocket full of them.
You know who has really good cups? Flame broiler.
Yeah, those little
The
plastic.
plastic
Little
ones?
plastic
Yeah,
cups.
I usually snatch those when I
Those
can.
are good.
You can sometimes you can even get lids for them.
Did you get
too.
that?
yeah, the guys over
Yeah,
there at SoCal.
those are really good cups.
So do Ross has those.
Never throw away a good plastic cup.
Yeah,
Rubio was in Camo.
yeah.
So now
So we're
what
all
I
gonna
have-
start hanging out at restaurants and stealing their cups?
Yeah, you can start getting banned from your local restaurant. You gotta run.
That'll be a project. That'll be a project.
You guys can also go into Smart and Final and buy a whole big stack of cups for like $3. So.
It's the fun out of it. We're modelers.
Yeah, not only that, Kevin, but I hear you can actually buy those stainless steel, those little pressed stainless steel cups that they use
Yeah.
in fancy restaurants.
Yeah,
That's smart.
anything. Yeah, everything. Anything that's used in a restaurant, it's there.
All for sale.
It's all for the taking.
Stole it all.
All for the, what are you insinuating there? All for the taking.
So you're going for light gray or you're going for white now?
No, I'm going to lighter gray. I'll do about 3 shades of gray and just keep doing the cloud pattern in there. So you can see I mixed up a little bit
Your
lighter.
dye work?
You go to Walmart, you can steal theirs.
No,
What
figures
you
are
squirting out of that big
separate.
jar there?
Just alcohol.
That's just out straight
Yeah, I
alcohol.
forgot my Tamiya thinner.
Oh, okay.
But with his kit, I think, what the heck.
It's just a test model.
What's that?
What do you do differently?
I just use Vallejo. Just the Vallejo acrylics on the figures.
But you start with gray.
No,
No.
no. I'll paint them white or a light gray, and then do a little dry brushing in white, and then probably pastel or something in there. Just
On the figures?
yeah. So just some more light areas. Probably less. A little more confined to the area this time.
You've been a little bit more precise with it.
Yeah.
So you're doing like the centers and things like
Yeah.
that?
you know, it just kind of just takes, you know, you need to do a couple just so you can kind of see what, you know, what you need to do. And
You ever post shave?
no, on aircraft I do once in a while, but the armor.
After you've done a paint job, you take like a chimney of smoke or a very diluted and do the same kind of panel line things.
Oh, okay.
It's more subtle.
Really, the trick to the winter schemes is the washes and the pastels. It usually takes me, once I get it painted, that's pretty quick.
Yeah.
But it takes me about a week of different sessions to get the washes and the individual panel lines and stuff.
Shit, that looks pretty good to me, Jim.
So when you do that, do you usually work in sections, or you do like all your pastels, all your oils? And...
Yeah, I'll show you. We'll kind of. I think it'll be dry enough.
So what do you do with the tracks, Jim? Anything?
No. I just assemble them and paint them. I'll paint them black like I did first, and then just go on and just do the painting, and then just detail what you can reach with the brush and what you can see. And by the time you get your washes and pastels and pigments on there, it saves a lot of time. Now you can see it's starting to. Oops. It's okay. Yeah, like I don't get any paint on the floor. But you can see it's starting to lighten up now.
Well, it's painted white. Just spread it around.
There you go.
Weather.
It's a one-to-one camouflage.
Yeah.
How you apply the white.
See if we can't scoop some of
Are you
that.
gonna do Elvis?
Get a straw.
What's that?
Can you do this for the Elvis guy?
Oh yeah. You can see there's that cowboy from my collector.
With this all.
Yeah,
Looks like Conrad,
I'm
doesn't he?
getting ready to do that.
Conrad, did you see that cowboy? He looks like you.
You look like Conrad.
No, the other guy, the cowboy.
No, the horse kind of. It does kind of look like Conrad, except that we gotta trim the mustache on this dude a little bit, or you gotta grow yours out.
I gotta grow mine out.
Now I'll take that same gray that I just
Is
used
he right-handed or left-handed?
and lighten it up even more.
Do you have the belt buckle to go for?
So how many times do
But he's
you
wearing a
actually hit
crossbow.
it with different shades of?
About
that?
4.
4.
Yeah. So now we're going really light.
My brother, that was his 4-hour bill. Came out 4 1/4.
4 hours plus several days.
Yeah, 4 hours plus about another 8 maybe.
So now we start doing a little more precise in the individual panels.
Yeah, he's
Tell me you sucked up all of
I didn't tell you
So you're bored
You
already?
better just leave your T90 at home.
You probably want to just go ahead and pull back a little bit.
it. Bring it next week, I'm really not.
You can see the difference now.
Got that in bed.
Starting to. Just get the center of the panels.
He does that every day.
Yeah, that's okay. He does it, someone else will, so maybe let your friend do it.
It's new sport for him.
That one, I want to slow, I want to take that care of it.
Yeah. What's it gonna be?
You can see the appreciating is still kind of showing through.
That's not enough for
Well, I cleaned up the color, so.
But basically, just hit the center of the panels as you progress.
Exactly.
And you can kind of, you know, it depends on your taste, on how, if you like a lot of, I've seen a lot of guys do it where they really show through the pre-shading. And I've seen some of that come out okay. And this is the way I've been doing it, so, and it seems to work, so. Now the last one I'll do just pure white. Because even with the pure white, when you put the wash on, it really tones it down. Okay, kind of.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Louis sitting here painting his fingers.
Yeah.
This here. What I like about the Tamiya paints is, I mean, they dry pretty fast, and you can do a whole paint scheme. If I'm doing a camouflage, I'll probably do one scheme one night and then the other color the next night. So the last one will be just a pure white, and that'll be just like and you can go pretty thin on that too.
If you're doing 50-50, what do you mean by pretty thin? Maybe 75?
Yeah, yeah. And then I kind of let it bleed over some of the pre-shading. See, this is pretty thin right now. Let's see what I'm...
Oops, got your pants. Do you care?
Yeah. Yeah, little Windex. Okay, now just you can kind of see.
Now it looks like a dog peed on your leg.
How do you know a dog didn't?
You know, you can pull back, like I said, and let this last coat kind of bleed over the pre-shading.
So you're not even trying to get close, precise.
No,
More of a dusting.
right, just kind of getting a good coverage.
Forget the underside of the barrel.
But you want to try to get a good coat of white, like I said, because the wash really tones it down. Well, that would be the basic scheme, was what I would use. Let it dry a couple of minutes here. Well, I usually start out with Van Dyke Brown.
He's a dyke.
Grab some thinner.
Where'd he go?
That's Dick Van Dyke to you.
Don't worry about it.
That's why I give it to you.
A little Van Dyke brown. Little paint thinner. Like I said, that I think that's the most important part of the winter schemes is your washes and your pastels, because that really makes the details pop out. And the Van Dyke brown is kind of a blackish brown anyway. I'm just going to do a little section just to.
Sorry.
You can get it pretty thin. Like I said, this process, I'll usually do this process one evening. You can see the.
So you're doing it overall. You're not trying to get it.
Right. This is just the initial wash. Like I said, you can see it's toned it down already.
So you wash right after you paint like that? I was always.
I don't normally, but
Oh, okay.
Only before you.
I usually let it
It's like
dry.
kind of late and get overnight.
Yeah. In this
Do you
case,
wash right over straight paint, or do you normally put a sealer over it?
no, I just do, because what I like about the Tamiya colors and the wash is it it'll soak in and bleed and kind of change the colors too. It kind of tones it down.
Have you tried enamels instead of oils?
Yes, I long time ago I used to be nothing but a Model Master guy. I have oodles and oodles of Model Master paints, but with the Tamiya and the easy cleanup and their range of colors have broadened, and it just makes more. And plus, they're pretty hard. They're pretty bulletproof, because you can see what I'm doing right now. I mean, right after I paint.
Model Master, when they got bought by
Rust-Oleum.
by who?
Rust-Oleum. Basically, it's all.
Rust-Oleum.
Yeah,
Yeah, they changed the formula, and I've really noticed a big paint difference. That's why I pretty much don't use them all anymore.
Yeah, I heard they don't
Come
work
off,
for what.
the paint's strange. Yeah.
Plus they're getting
Okay, so what I'll have the initial wash on there.
They used to be
Now,
made by a guy
what,
named
like I said, what takes the time is no. I'll come back with clear.
I thought it was Ass Master.
His name is Brutal Master now.
clear. We need was thinner.
Yeah, just straight thinner. And I'll clean all of it up. Like I said, it takes time to do. So what I'm basically doing is just kind of tinting the base color. And try to get it back to a little bit of the original
Usually I use
white.
Model Master.
Hey Jim, for the thinner, is that like a terpenoid or?
No, it's just regular paint thinner. Although the Home Depot and a lot of the manufacturers have changed their paint thinner. It's almost like a lacquer thinner now.
Yeah, that's California
know?
compliant. And it's
Yeah, it's
crap.
ridiculous. I mean, I can't even use it, in my sign paint.
So what do you use instead?
I use just old paint thinner. I've got a couple of gallons of old paint thinner, and you can get mineral spirits at the sign supply houses and stuff. and for my lettering enamels and stuff, I use a regular one-shot reducer that they make for the paints. It's about $30 a quart, but you can kind of see I'm kind of going a little fast here, but.
If you go to Arizona, you can buy real paint there.
It takes it off. So what you're doing is putting it on, tinted. You can see it's kind of tinted now. And like I said, I try to get it back to the.
So the wash darkens it, and the thinner lightens it.
Right.
Well, and it leaves the dark in the cracks and crevices.
Yeah, the initial one, yeah.
Gives you the kind of panel wash.
Sorry.
So, see now, I would do that, clean it all up, clean up the whole tank with going with clear thinner. Got to make sure you get good glue joints or the.
Is that like a filter as well, aside from a...
I guess you could call it a filter. So if you see this at Sprewfest next week, and a 7-year-old built it. No, I'm going to have him paint it. They've got dinosaurs. The girl's got dinosaurs, and he's got the tank. So we'll all get the airbrush out tomorrow and repaint. So now, yeah, I mean, that's what I would do. And lately I've been using the Tamiya. I don't know if you've tried this guy, but it works great.
It's an enamel, isn't it?
And what I like about it, you can just, yeah, it is you don't have to worry about mixing it up and everything. And the brushes are really good.
You just use regular paint thinner to clean that up too?
Yeah.
On your glue.
Yeah,
Brushing
yeah.
the glue, right?
I've mixed up a couple and made my own different shades and old
Oh, yeah?
Tamiya glue bottles, and
Yeah, see, I'm trying to
you burnt the house
get it
down.
back
burnt the
to.
house down.
Started the Tom's
Like
fire.
that guy who burned down his apartment for a spider. Get the fire, get the spider on fire. ran
No,
with the-
I after this I'll just hit it with flat.
No, but I mean, if
Spider was.
use it to be a wash, you're still
It
gonna
was-
go back to the black.
Sure wasn't a rat.
No, this is the initial filter
$60,000
or
in
basic
damage.
wash that I use, and then I start doing the detail.
They won't do that again.
You know,
That's what when you look at those memes.
yeah, do the pin wash. You come back and yeah,
Because they don't like
on
it.
all the details.
It's your comments that are distracting. Right,
You hit all the rivets and
Dude, you're a sick dog.
like I said, this process
shouldn't have porn on.
takes me about a week.
Especially when other members are watching.
Because I'll do this one, this shade.
Showing the real stuff.
And then, once this dries overnight,
Are you using the black or the gray?
I'm using the brown.
Brown.
Brown. But see, it's kind of, this process, like I said, is a couple of days, and I'm kind of rushing it now. But then you'll come back with the black. Will really make you can see like on this right here, you can see the black around the. And then you can do a little dry brushing over this to really make it stand out.
What color are you using for your dry brushing?
Probably a light gray. Yeah, it's a little too stark here, but
You just let that sit like that, then you won't go over that.
this if I was doing this one, I'd go back over it because it's too
It's
dark.
too much.
Yeah. But like I said, just for the. And then, because you can always remove it. And if you want to leave a little few streaks is what I like to. If I was doing this particular one, I'd probably come back with a little white because it darkened it up a little too much. But you have to do all this with, you know, in a couple of different sessions. You can't do it all. But the basic thing is, you know, about 3 shades of gray, and then your last white, and then your filter, and then your pin washes, and then once that's dry, you know, then you can start adding the rust streaks, and you can add different things. But you know, once you get around the rivets, and because you have to do it when it's dry.
You talked about using pastels. How do you use those?
Just, I have some old pastels that just, you can see like with the streaks, you know, the rust streaks and stuff.
That's done with pastels?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll do a few of the, like the rivets and stuff. You can see, it's all subtle, very subtle, but you can do, you know, streak down, like this one I would probably take and let it streak down a little bit. But the best thing to do is just kind of jump in and experiment, and, you know, but I don't know, I think that's, you know, the initial paint, you know, the pre-shading, the 3 shades of gray, the white, you have the filter, and then your pin washes, and then the final pastels. And like I said, that takes about a week to get. You'll do like I would do the painting one night, the initial filter washes one night, come back and do a brown or something for the detail one night, come back and do the black around that, and then when that's dry, come back and do a little bit of the pastels.
When do you put on the decals and then?
Well, yeah, I'll like for this particular one, I'll just take a clear or future and just paint in that area, and then decal it, and then wash and do the pastels over the decals.
Use Archer Fine Transfer, you won't need the future.
I tried yours, but they fell apart or something. I remember.
Oh, well, you know what? If you go on to the website, there's about 4 or 5 videos in detail.
Yeah.
And once you learn how to do it, especially with Red Star, White Star, Black Star.
Yes. But any questions? I think that's about it. I know it's kind of short and brief, but
That's great. Thanks, Jim.
So is that kind of one set of processes fits all? You don't do anything different from one to the other?
for individual
Like if you were
vehicles.
doing- Yeah.
No. Like I said, I think this is probably a little too dark. I got, because it's better, like you can see some of the examples over there, like the 234 is kind of a little on the white side, but it's okay. I mean, the variation is what makes it distinct and good. And like I said, I've tried the other salt finishes and hairsprays and stuff like that.
So
This is pretty easy.
Being too dark, would you spray more white on it?
Yeah, I'd come back, or this particular one, but I wouldn't normally rush through like this,
Before you started doing the thin line, you would put more white on it.
Yeah. And just make it pop out a little more, because like I said, the filters and the washes really tone it down. They really bring down that white. Now you can see the 234 and the National one are really white. The Russian, what the heck, whatever that is. What is it? Yeah, BT7. That one a little more pronounced. But it depends on what the judges like. And the little Martyr. I got best weathered vehicle at the last contest. So, but that's about it.
What's your final feel? Like a flat coat?
What I just use Model Master Dull Coat. Yeah, it dries good, dead and flat. And you know what's really good about this method too is, I mean, it's not real shiny. And like I said, I don't like for decals. I'll just use one small area of clear, so, and then just hit it with a flat, and that kind of uniform brings it all together.
Cool.
Okay, Conrad, you're up.
Thanks, Jim.